Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. I'm Sally, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, I'm going to be taking you through a bit of a stretch for back flexibility and that I personally have found great for helping with back pain, particularly throughout the lower region of my back. We're about to jump into it, but before we do, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, it would be a huge help if you would hit that subscribe button, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That being said, we're gonna make our way onto our backs where we're gonna get things started today. So if you don't have a mat, that's totally fine. Just find a comfortable, kind of area, maybe a towel, maybe carpet if you have that in your home. And let's just start pulling the knees in towards the chest. We're finding gentle movement here, left and right, taking some time just to become aware of how the low back is feeling, any spots of tenderness, even, surprising mobility here today. And using this time also just to begin massaging out through that low back region. Maybe closing the eyes as we do this, just finding the breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And together we're going to find 4 big circles to the left. Circle 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Reverse your circles. Again, warming up through the spine for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Let's give the knees a tight hug and finding an exhale. Let's hold on to that right leg. Extend the left leg down. We're just giving that right side a little bit of attention as we bring it right and left. Pulling it in closer, maybe releasing, pointing and flexing the foot. Beautiful. Use your next inhale, pull both knees back in towards the chest. Exhale, straighten the right leg out, left leg takes its turn. Always using the breath to guide these transitions to help signal to the body that it is time to move, and to just be mindful and intentional with the breath overall. That plays such a part in our levels of stress and in just physically how we're doing. A couple more breaths right here. We'll take a moment here to exhale, stretching both legs out long, stretching the arms above head, seeing how much distance we can put between the fingers and the toes. 2 good breaths. Finding your next exhale, walk those fingers over to the right corner of the mat, feet over to their right corner of the mat. We gently press the hips over to the left. If you want a little bit more, we can take that left heel, left ankle, crossing it over the right. Feel this stretch wrapping around that left side lower back, and into the hip. It's a great little stretch that you can even do in bed in the morning before you've even hit the ground. A couple more breaths right here. Exhale to carefully unwind, transitioning over to the other side here. There you go. Hips press to the right this time. Hands find their way over to the left. Feet find their way to the left. Same idea. Using this side to just acknowledge, notice any differences between left and right. Not for any particular reason except to become more aware of the body, how it's doing, all that good stuff. 1 more good breath. Inhale this time to pull the knees in towards the chest once more. We're going to find a supine twist here. This is one of my very favorite stretches. We're going to exhale, and I have to pull my pants up, of course. We're going to exhale to send the legs over to the right. Stretching the arms out nice and long here. We want to keep both shoulders down in contact with the mat. That left hip, of course, coming up Now we can stay right here. If you want a little bit more, we're gonna straighten that right leg out in line with the upper body, with that trunk, while the left leg crosses over. Still pulling those shoulder blades down. This is a beautiful stretch through that back. You'll feel it in those erectors and that low back, even in that left hip here. And I definitely feel it opening up through the chest and through that left arm. Don't hesitate to close your eyes. Just move at your own pace today. Taking about 4 breaths. Use your next inhale. Carefully pull the knees back in towards the chest. Maybe rocking left and right here in transition. Exhale. Bring the legs over to the other side. Stretching the arms out long. Now, if you want that additional step that feels so good, we can straighten out the left leg. Right leg crossing over, pulling both shoulder blades down towards the mat. Once again, just observing differences between left and right. I definitely feel this a little more through my right hip, but not as much in the right side of my chest, which is actually a really good sign because I have been having issues with the right side of my chest, and it seems like my work has been paying off. 4 good breaths here. Inhale, hug the knees back into the chest. Rocking left and right once more. We're about to transition off our backs. Just observing how that feels after we gave the region of our body a little bit of TLC. We're going to get even deeper into it as we stretch the legs out long. Once more, inhale, reach the arms above head. Exhale, this time we roll up through seated, all the way down the legs. I'm going to scoot down on my mat. And of course, my hair is going crazy. That's okay. That's just part of the fun. Point the feet right here as we really stretch through the backs of the legs. Now, this is primarily a hamstring. There we go. This is primarily a hamstring stretch. However, I definitely feel it here in my low back. And even if you don't feel it in that low back, our hamstrings are deeply connected to our back muscles. Inhale, we're going to flex the feet, trying to lift the heels off the mat. Exhale, point the feet, folding a little further forwards. Good. Anyways, our hamstrings are deeply connected to the back, and if we experience a lot of tension throughout those hamstrings, it can also lead to pain in the low back. Definitely something I have experienced. One more time, inhale, flex. Beautiful exhale, point, folding a little further forwards. Good. Inhale, we're rolling up through seated. We're planting the left foot here, but on the right side of that right leg. So spinal twist here, opposite elbow to knee as we sit up tall, twisting, looking towards the corner of the room. Feel a nice twist all the way up your back and even behind that right shoulder. Just 2 breaths right here. Beautiful. Let's inhale this time to carefully unwind, popcorn out your legs in between, right leg on the left side of that left leg, opposite elbow to knee here as we twist through the back. One more breath. Use an exhale. Come back through center. Popcorn out the legs once more. We're going to swivel those legs behind us. And we're going to make our way onto all fours for some cat-cows. So make sure you have enough space here. If you have a mirror, check yourself in the mirror. If not, just look down at those hands. We want to make sure that the shoulders are stacked over the wrists, that we have about a 90-degree angle with those legs, and that we have a nice flat back. We're going to begin having any movement here that feels good, maybe left and right, maybe front and back, taking our time. So much of this is intuitive, just finding what your body needs, becoming more aware of it in space, taking care of it accordingly. We're going to find our cat-cows. Press into the tops of your shins there. That's what I'm trying to say. Press into your shins, press into your hands. As we pull the belly button up towards the spine, stretch through that back. As we come into cow, exhale, drop the belly down, lift the chin gently. Tailbone presses up towards the sky. This is cow. I can't talk today. The other one is cat because we arch up. Inhale like a Halloween cat. You know what I'm talking about. Exhale, press back down. Really just finding a rhythm of breath that works for you, increasing your range of motion as your body warms up. Enjoying the feeling of that transition, the lengthening throughout the back, throughout the body as a whole. Good, let's send the hips left. Let's send the hips right, finding your nice neutral spine. Find 4 big circles in one direction. Everything in my body will crack. That's just how it is. 3. Good. 2. 1 more circle. Go ahead, reverse directions here. 4. 3. 2. 1. Press forwards. Inhale. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale. Thread the needle here. Sending it under the left arm. Stretch that left arm out long. Pushing that armpit carefully towards the ground. Hips are sent back. Nice stretch through the shoulder here for 2 breaths. You can rest the forehead on the ground. Whatever you need. Feel a lengthening as well through that left lat. Inhale, pressing forwards. Right arm reaches back up towards the sky. Exhale, plant the hand. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle on this side. Beautiful. Two breaths. Inhale, press forwards. Reach up. Exhale, plant the hand. Stack the shoulders back over the wrists. Extend the legs out behind you. Lying down to stretch up through the chest. Beautiful. From here, we tuck the toes. We send the hips up towards the sky, coming into our downward dog. So take some time here. Let's walk it out left and right. This is definitely a classic stretch, classic pose in yoga, but for good reason. It really helps open through the back, get your lymph flowing, also open through that chest. Taking your time here, never hesitate to find movement to warm up through the body right here, maybe finding gliding planks like this. You can always check out my little morning flow video for some movement in that plane, or we can bend both legs and straighten here, really getting deep into the hamstrings as well as the back and the chest. Good, let's take about 4 breaths. Exhale, press forwards, lowering the knees. So we came through this before, but we're coming up to Cobra or Sphinx. So we can be all the way on the hands. A couple breaths right here. My tummy's grumbling. It's telling me it's time for breakfast. It's okay. Or if this is a little much, we might be on the forearms here. Pressing up to open through the chest in Sphinx or somewhere in between. Just work with your body. We can come to the hands, but just press partially up. I'm going to be right here. You'll feel this opening through the belly, through the chest, and also in that back. Sometimes it feels like a little bit of a pinch in that back. That's okay, just as long as it's not too extreme, too intense, or like sharply painful. We never want to be feeling a sharp, painful sensation. A good rule of thumb with the deeper stretches is to get yourself to a point that's uncomfortable, but not outright painful. Exhale, lower down. This is one of those deeper, more intense stretches. I'm going to move my little guidelines out of the way there. So we are laying down on our bellies, left hand here, pressing us gently up as we take the left leg over and behind us. Now that we've planted that left leg on the ground behind us, we're reaching back out long, trying to get the chest down towards the ground. Beautiful, deep stretch there through the back. 4 breaths here. And we can always pause the video and just take a little bit more time in any of these positions. Exhale, carefully come through center. Pressing up other side. Plant that right foot behind you. Stretch the right arm out long to bring the chest back closer to the ground. Nice little rotation through that back. I'll just be curious to see if you can hear my stomach grumbling. 2 more breaths on this side. We're almost there, y'all. Exhale, press back through center. Let's come up through that cobra once more, but just to send the hips back, walking the arms out long, we are coming to puppy pose. This looks similar to child's pose, except we're maintaining a 90-degree angle there with the legs. Bringing the arms out long as we sink the chest down towards the mat. Beautiful opening there through the upper back, especially mid-back and lower, really just depending on where you're holding on to tension. Let's take 4 breaths here. You can rest the forehead or put one cheek on the mat. If you put one cheek on the mat with your next exhale, go ahead, switch to the other side. Find your next exhale to bring it all the way to child's pose. We sink the hips back. I prefer to take my knees nice and wide. Arms reach out long, creating a lot of distance here between your fingertips and your trunk. Starting to deepen the breath, take a moment to flip your palms inward or upward to really stretch through the lats. Your lats are those huge back muscles that go kind of down the sides right here, but also wrap around. They literally go from all the way there, all the way up. 2 breaths. Exhale, palms facing down. Take the hands over to the right corner of the mat, hips to the left. Two breaths. Exhale, walk over to the other side. Exhale, walk through center. We're going to finish right here. Just allowing your hips to relax back. Allowing your chest to open. Feeling space in that lower back. all the way up even through your shoulders, and deepening the breath. Once again, take your time. Feel free to hang out here for as long as you wish. Embracing the space that's coming into that body. When you're ready, just carefully pressing yourself up through kneeling. Rolling out your shoulders, shaking it out, taking anything else you need. But wonderful job, everybody. That's all from me. Once again, if you liked this video, it would mean the world to me if you gave it a thumbs up, if you hit that subscribe button. But until next time, bye y'all.